don't you first take us through the chip block you got on Bosa that seemed to stun him there for a minute?
Yeah, I think he was just, like we kind of saw it on film, that he's just unaware, just so focused on his pass rush, so just taking the opportunity to take my shot.
On that one long touchdown run, did you have a feeling you were going to take it to the house there just based on the defense and the play call?
Honestly, I was getting chased down by Gregory, and then so I was just, pressing it, trying to get away from him, and then a few things, I bumped in the wheel, and then Fred Warner, fell off of me, and then I looked up, and nobody was in front of me. I think they thought the play was over, so it kind of all worked out in my favor.
How encouraged were you by the overall rushing scheme you guys had yesterday?
I think we've been very encouraged all season. I think that's been, a strength for us, just going out there and being able to run the ball no matter who we play. So I think, that's something that we tend to lean on, and it's worked for us.
You originally were getting playing time because of your pass protection, your ability to do that kind of stuff. What kind of pride do you take in that, and how do you think overall the protection has been there for the quarterbacks and Kyler of late?
Yeah, for me, just coming in, you have to find your role, and I think that's where I fit in, just learning the scheme, learning where I fit in, and, knowing my responsibilities and being willing and able to pick up those blocks. But I think the protection has been solid, It's never going to be perfect, Obviously, we want to go out there and be perfect, but it's the real world. So, just keep working at it and just keep doing it.
Along those lines, you've seen so many quarterbacks get sidelined with crazy stuff. What do you make of all of that? I know you're a running back, but quarterback is a huge element. What do you make of all that injury we see in quarterback for various reasons?
Yeah, like you said, it's a big part of the team. So obviously to lose, that's your guy, your leader. That's a big blow to the team. So, that's why we emphasize on protecting our guy.
Did Bosa say anything to you after you hit him?
Nah, he didn't.
You were going pretty good there, beginning of the season, and then when you got your opportunity when James got hurt, and then you yourself were inactive for a few games.
Yeah.
What have you learned from just kind of the ups and downs of the season?
I think the biggest thing is just the mental part of it. Going through that injury, it's pretty frustrating. Like you said, I was at a high playing well, and then you get hurt, so you kind of have to regroup and, get back into the rhythm. So I think that was the biggest thing, just having to sit with myself, really think about it. This is what sustains me. This is what I do. So if I'm not out there helping the team, it's kind of challenging. But just to be able to be back out there and feel like myself for normal again is a really good feeling.
What's the vibe around the locker room today, yesterday after the loss?
Obviously, we felt like we were in that game. So after the game, it felt like a blow. But, I don't think we're good at turning the page. We have another opportunity this week. So we watch the film. We're going to learn from it. And then just now we have to move on to the next week. There's another opportunity to go out there and get another win.
They brought in some other running backs here, in the throughout the season. Carter, Jones, Williams. Do you take the opportunity to learn from those guys? And do you look at it still as a competition though, either way?
Yeah, it's always competition, but at the same time you don't want to make it like what's what I'm looking for, like a hostile environment. You still have to build relationship with these guys because you never know, you might end up sharing a room with a guy for 2-3 years. So why would you want to have that type of relationship? But at the end of the day, I think we're all professionals, so we know how to, when it's time to work and compete, it's time to work and compete. And then, it's a social time where you could talk in a locker room or a meeting room, whatever. So just being able to, balance that.
How beneficial is it to have a James Conner with you, just a veteran like that, just to learn from? And what have you taken away from him?
It's super beneficial. Just he knows how to work. That's his thing. He's in the weight room, he's gonna work. In the meeting room, he's gonna work. So he's a pro's pro. He knows how to come in and attack every day. And I think that's the biggest thing I've taken from him. Just, he gives me little bits and pieces there, oh, you need to do this way. And I'm gonna take that because he's been in the league for 7 years. So he knows what he's doing.
That was the most we've seen from the entire running backs room really have a role. You guys all seem to have your own strengths. How would you describe what the overall strengths and then what you, Michael, and James all bring?
I think as a room, we just have playmakers, all around. I think James is kind of like the, do it all. He can be a power back. He can take you for a big run like he did yesterday. He can catch out the backfield. And then with me, like it's pass pro, change of pace. And then Mike, I feel like Mike can do it all too. He's very balanced. He can catch the ball out the backfield, run the ball, and he's very shifty. Like I feel like I'm kind of in the middle between power and like a shifty dude, but I feel like Mike's really like that, that shake and bake kind of guy.
What's your opinion of Kyler as the key franchise QB here?
I think he's a great player. He makes a lot of plays that you don't just see people make. So I think his ability to extend plays and just, keep doing those things that, we expect out of him. So for me, I think he's a great guy to have in our room or on our team to just go out there and just be explosive.
What's he like in the huddle in terms of leadership, direction, and, giving you energy or confidence?
Yeah, like if it's a play, like yesterday, I can think of a play like I had an option. I was like, you got an option here, I need you. So just, having that boost of confidence, like if he's going to tell you, like, I need you to go out there and do your job because he's dependent on you. So just having that kind of leader in the huddle, I think is something good, like rather than just call a play, go out. Like he's telling you, like, hey, I'm looking for you or I need you to do this. So just having that sense of direction.
When you do it and you make the play, what does he say afterwards?
Oh, yeah, he's going to tell you good job. Like it feels good to just know, I got your back, you got my back.
And if you screw up, what does he say?
He's not gonna hold it against you. He's not that kind of guy.